What is up, guys? This is your favorite YouTube boy back at it again with another YouTube reaction. I'm just kidding. If I ever make an intro like that, please unsubscribe from my video and just shoot me because I've gone completely mad. Welcome back to my channel. It's been a while. It's been a long 1 week actually. A lot of things have happened, and I know I promised you a Q&A last Saturday, but now it is the Saturday after, where I am finally getting around to making the Q&A video. So last week I went through a little mini crisis. I started thinking about the channel and became worried about people I know finding out my channel, and then maybe making fun of me or saying nasty things. And I also became worried that songwriters or producers that I know would take offense to my reactions. So I abruptly closed my channel, and I called my friend, my best friend, who happens to be a songwriter himself, and I told him my problem. And he asked me two questions. The first question was, do you care about those people? And I told him, no, I do not. And then he asked me, does it make you happy? And I said, yes, it makes me happy a lot. So he says, I think you know the answer. And he cleared my my problem with those two simple questions. So I put the channel back up, but then I had to travel to Dubai for a short business trip, so I couldn't get through to the Q&A that I promised. But during my trip to Dubai, I was preparing for the Q&A the whole time, and I realized I missed you guys. I missed connecting with you guys, and I kept checking the channel through the comments, and I realized it really did make me happy. I never thought I would be connecting with people from random places around the world, but now I am, and it's a special feeling, actually. It really is, for someone that lives maybe 10,000 miles away, asking me how I'm doing. Am I okay? Where's the channel? So yeah, I am more committed and more devoted to bringing you my insight and feedback on these videos. So we will jump into the Q&A. First question, or the most common questions I had were, who am I and what is my background? So I am Gino, a Korean American. I was born in Korea, but at the age of 2, I went to the US. I lived there basically until high school. When I went back to Korea, I went to an American high school over there in Korea. Now that high school happened to be a hotbed for K-pop idols, because a lot of the producers used to scout at that school. So I do have a lot of friends that went on to become famous K-pop singers. Among them, there are some very famous people. But the funny thing is, the people we thought were going to become really mega famous never became famous. Kids we had no idea that they could actually sing, they became famous. We never thought these kids would become famous. Now they are ultra mega famous. So you really don't know until you become a star or release who has that star power. You really don't know. It's a crapshoot. How old am I? I am over 30, and we'll leave it at that. Where is home? Home is not in the US. Home is not in Korea. Home is actually in the Middle East right now, in a country called Kuwait. Um, I came here about 5 years ago. I started my own company with my Kuwaiti friend, who happens to be a Kuwaiti prince. They call them sheikhs here. And I basically am the bridge for a lot of the Korean and Chinese companies that want to do business in Kuwait or in Dubai. They use me, and I'm called an agent. So essentially, I bring projects to them. So, for example, I am working on a new construction project for the airport, the newly built Kuwait airport. I represent companies in defense, in oil and gas. I sell bullets. I brought a restaurant called Bonchon Chicken to the Middle East. Um, what else? I mean, cosmetics, anything that's Korean or Chinese related, I am able to bring to the market here in the Middle East. And business has been good. I just opened up my second office in Dubai, so I travel there very frequently, which is good because I get to go to some clubs or have pork, because there are a lot of foreigners over there. And maybe in the latter half of this year, I will move to Dubai. I haven't decided yet. Marital status, I am single. Um, so if any of you have any pretty sisters out there, or you guys, my Instagram is down below, so you can message me. I've dated Americans, Europeans, white Americans, white Europeans, white black, Chinese, Japanese, Korean, Filipino, Hispanic, Russian. It really doesn't matter, as long as I feel a physical attraction, and you have a good smile, and you're a good person. That's the most important thing. Um, my apartment. So many people have commented on my apartment. It is an apartment in downtown Kuwait. Um, it has 3 rooms with 2 bathrooms, and I like to keep it neat. I have a maid that comes in the morning, and she tidies up. But I do really like to keep it minimal because less clutter physically, less clutter mentally, I believe. So yeah, just take a look. Actually, it's really basic, actually, but I like it. I like it. My favorite colors are gray, and obviously gray for my apartment, and navy blue. So you'll see me wearing a lot of navy blue clothes. Yeah. My background in music. My background in music is I DJed for 15 years in the US, starting at the age of 16. At the age of 18, during university, I started DJing at clubs professionally, and from there on, I was basically in a club 2 days a week on Fridays and Saturdays, DJing for the next 15 years. So that's where I was able to listen to, because you have to monitor songs, new up and coming songs every week for your next set. So you're basically listening to hundreds and hundreds of songs on a weekly basis. And I think that's where the bulk of my music education came from. Most interesting thing that happened during DJ was I got a lot of proposals from girls during DJing. But the most interesting event was a girl spiked a drink she gave me, and it turned out to be more than just alcohol. And there was, she essentially drugged me with that drink, so I couldn't move, speak, and I kept on falling asleep. This was at the beginning of the night at like 10, and I have to play until 3 a.m. So I was eventually carried out from the DJ box from my friends, and they took me home, and I I went to sleep, and I woke up the next morning. It was noon, so that was crazy. I will never forget that. I got fired too the next night for being so irresponsible. Um, People tend to think of DJs as these cool, smooth, sharp people, but they're really not. They are comprised mostly of nerds, like computer nerds. Um, I come from a CPA background. I'm an accountant originally. My DJ partner, it was a very successful investment partner. Beyond us, I knew a guy was a computer network specialist. A ton of guys that work in computers. So they're all computer geeks. Yeah, they're not the cool, smooth guys you would think they are in the movies. Really not. Because we're essentially working with computers mostly. Why am I doing this? I am doing this because I really didn't know I knew a lot about music until I started talking to my friends, my songwriter friends, about their music creations. For example, I would point out like some sounds were off, or you could raise levels of this one instrument, and they would be amazed. Like, how did you catch that? Like, that's something I've been worrying about, and nobody could tell me in detail if the mixing was off. And one instance, I asked him to raise the octave level of one instrument, and the song sounded much better just through that one simple suggestion. So that's when I realized that I do have a good ear for listening to music. And then I have a friend who is an army, and she watches a lot of these YouTube reaction videos, and she suggested that I start trying these, and she gave me the first couple of suggestions, and from there on, the rest is history. I rely on the suggestions I get in the comments section, but it worked out, I guess. My hobbies. I am an avid animal rescuer, so there are a lot of animals, stray animals in Kuwait, or in the Middle East in general, cats and dogs. So I've been a part of maybe 500 animal rescues, and we send them on a regular basis to New York, where I fly out, and we find homes for them. So, I mean, here is a picture of some of the transports I've made to New York, and here's another one. And yeah, I mean, it's a passion of mine. I myself have maybe 6 to 10 animals in my home all the time, and it really depends on the situation. But there are stray animals here, but then when they go to the U.S., they essentially become an integral part of someone's family. And from being homeless to being loved in a warm home, it's very fulfilling and rewarding to actually be a part of making that happen. I currently have a cat. Her name is Georgia, and you can see the video right here. This was when she was first rescued. She was in the city, and that is a video of her dead sibling, and she doesn't know what to do. And she's now been with me for about 6 months, and this is a video of her right now, and she's become a very loving, great all-around cat, and it's very rewarding. I think in about a month, she's going to travel to New York to her forever home, but she's just one of the rescues I have. Currently have 6 cats. One is a 1-month-old kitten to up to a 1-year-old cat, that are all at different levels of rehabilitation. Some come sick, some come injured or abused, and they all will leave at some time, but on different schedules. Other hobbies. I build computers for fun. I'm currently working on a Hackintosh, which is an Apple computer using PC parts. I play video games, so every night, 9 p.m. to 12 a.m., I am playing online games with a group of people. I work out. Working out is very important to me. I work out about 2 hours every day in the gym. I do still make some remixes, DJ remixes, and I hand them out to my friends. So maybe I will make one for this channel as well. We'll see. I do plan on going back into DJing because I do miss it. I had a ton of fun, and if I do move to Dubai, I will start DJing at a club regularly. I've decided that already. In Kuwait, I was in a couple commercials. The first one was for a bank called Kuwait Finance House, where I played Korean businessman. I was essentially, they were filming in my office wearing my own suit, so it wasn't much acting involved. And the second one was a telecom commercial called Zain Telecom, and I was playing a rich Korean golfer, and I think that one won some awards in Kuwait. But the links are down below, and I'll show you some short clips of it right now.
ايه عرفت نوعك. يبغى انترفات امريكا مقزرها طول السنه بين كان وبورتبانوس. نوعك تسمي سايق شوفير. خبرك بالموش من ايام انطلق 6. خو حمود عبود ما يدور عندك انت ها؟ يا انتك ويا ديفيد كريستوفر.
وفي اي وقت علي ان اوجهك.
So that was my experience in commercials. I did get more offers to do commercials, but I just did it for the experience, and I don't really like acting. It's just too much time and effort, and that's not my thing. I don't really enjoy it. People have asked me about pets, so like I said, I have 6 cats, and I have Marie. Marie, come on. Come here, baby. Come here. This is Marie, who I think you've all seen. She is a 6-year-old Pomeranian who came from the US with me. She was a rescue herself. She was actually abused when she was younger as a little puppy, and You know, she's been with me for the whole journey in the Middle East. She has a lot of clothes. I didn't intentionally want to wear matching shirts, but it worked out that way. She has a lot of clothes. She's wearing a pink hoodie, and she's wearing black leggings, so she has leggings on as well. And she is spoiled rotten. She is very cuddly, very loving, and when we are watching TV, I am holding her like this, and she falls asleep. So she's very used to sleeping like this, because I treat her like a baby essentially. So she's very used to it. I talk to her a lot, and I think by talking to your pets, they get smarter, or they get trained better. If you speak to them like in human languages, I think they start understanding better. So she's a very smart girl, she is. So talk to your pets if you have one. Ready? Boop. Aus. 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 That's her house. So, I am going to do a music Q&A in my next video. This is just about me and my background, because it's just way too long. I do want to tell you one other important part about me, that my father is someone very famous in K-pop. He's essentially on TV every day. So I grew up around K-pop, the artists, the industry, and I know a lot of people there. That's why I can give you some insight about how the industry works. Regarding who my father is, I'm not ready to reveal that. I don't know if I ever will, but yeah, I do know the industry. I know a lot of people there, but that's all I'll say about that. So, yeah, in my next video, I'm going to tell you all about music, K-pop, BTS, stuff like that, all the questions regarding that. So I'll see you in my next video. All right, guys.